Singles action here as the other half of the business, KC Rocker, the man on the apron in the long black tights, taking on, not to be confused with Petey Pablo, this is Pedro Pablo, a young man who has come to America to show the world what he's made of.
I will try my best not to get them confused, although I really might at some point. But this should be a great singles matchup here. These two young men beginning to make a name for themselves here in the state of Georgia and wrestling here, and we are seeing them in action here.
KC Rocker was a graduate of the first class of the Nightmare Factory, trained by Ernest Miller.
The Cat himself.
The Cat himself, Ernest Miller, trained this young man, and right now collar and elbow tie-up. Pedro Pablo, a very enthusiastic young man, had a chance to speak to him, albeit through an interpreter earlier this evening, and I mean, he's just so excited to be here in the Landmark Arena. He understands the history of this building and knows exactly what it means to be in that ring.
I mean, with the legends and names that have made their way into professional wrestling, that have worked inside these four walls here of the Landmark Arena over the years, you got to think that long lineage continues to attract more and more up-and-coming superstars here, and we get to see two of the newest ones right here for you in action tonight.
The story that 18 by 18 squared circle could tell could fill volumes of encyclopedias, but right now KC Rocker went right in. Pedro able to cut him off though.
Yeah, quick hands there and ring awareness of his own part. Beautiful. Absolutely just threw him overhead there with that suplex. Almost looks like modified fisherman suplex, as it were.
And now outside the ring, KC Rocker and Pedro Pablo right here at the Landmark Arena. And the fans here showing some love to this young man making his debut here.
Oh, and there it is right there by the KC Rocker himself, taking the shortcut, doing what he wants to do to try to win here. Picks up an early 2 count on this one.
And right now slides right in to a reverse chinlock here on Pedro Pablo. We mentioned earlier we saw KC Rocker's partner Caleb Tinnity in our opening contest here this week. And then we hear about the tag team championships and how they're going to be deciding, how we'll learn Christmas night at Violent Night, just exactly how that's going to happen. You got to wonder, you know, as the business, are they going to enter their names into that hat, whatever that hat may be?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if their name or number, quote unquote, gets called here as we get closer and closer to Violent Night, December 25th, the night of Christmas, right here in the Landmark Arena, closing out what will be a very exciting finish to 2021 here at Anarchy Wrestling here.
Christmas night has always been a huge tradition in the state of Georgia for professional wrestling. I can remember just an hour and a half down the street in Atlanta, Georgia at the Omni, some of the great events that happened on Christmas night. And now it comes to the Landmark Arena for the first time ever. Christmas night, Violent Night here in the Landmark Arena, as we see KC Rocker looking very impressive here in his debut. Just taking it to Pedro Pablo.
And normally what you would see with people, with wrestlers who are in tag teams a lot, they usually tend to suffer a little bit when they go into singles action on themselves because they're used to having a partner in their corner. But you don't see that here with KC Rocker in this match.
No, and his partner too. Both men look very crisp. Gonna be interesting to see the tag team action, but Pedro Pablo fires up with a forearm, but eats a boot for his troubles.
A little soul food action going on here tonight. Only gets a 2 count there. And we're going right back for it again. Only gets a 1.
Those kicks definitely showing the influence of Ernest Miller, who himself was a martial artist. Definitely rubbing off onto his pupil here, KC Rocker. And huge chop right there in the corner.
Yeah, that is classic Ernest the Cat Miller right there, known for his knife-edge chops as well. And now KC Rocker here really working his magic here against Pedro Pablo. See, I almost said you got me there.
The kick to the shoulder there did its damage to Pedro. Oh, Pedro, though, makes KC eat the boot. Oh, uppercut from the second rope. And right now, may have done some more damage to that shoulder that was injured just a few moments ago. But right now, trying to get the crowd here in the Landmark Arena behind him.
Pedro in trouble here. Only on one arm, trying to cover up, trying to but KC Rocker with a submission locked in, arm bar applied here, but Pedro going up, rolling over, only gets a 2 count, shifting his body weight there, and KC Rocker with a big drop kick right there. Action fast and furious once again. 1 and 2, kick out after 2 there.
You know, some people might say that it was smart for him to put all the weight down on the one shoulder of Pedro Pablo. Actually, it was not, because he was able to use the strong shoulder to kick out. He should have floated over to the other side and quite possibly could have gotten the 3 there.
Yeah, easily there. A mistake from the young rookie himself, but we'll see if it plays out in this matchup here as KC Rocker goes off the rope. Big leg lariat right to the back of the neck. Floats over again, hooks the leg, 2. Very close, and you can see the frustration building on KC Rocker's face as he tries to yell at Pedro to stay down.
And right now, just going to work on that arm, trying to stretch that shoulder out, get it out of socket even more than it already is.
Yeah, Pedro in a world of hurt, very much favoring that right arm there, but now just maybe losing some of the numbness, in that arm, trying to fill it up as he sets him up right across the knee, a modified backbreaker.
But was unable to get all of it because he was having to use the injured shoulder to carry that weight. Not very wise maneuvering there on the part of Pedro Pablo, but then again, when you're in the ring and you got the energy pumping, when you're this young to the sport of professional wrestling, you don't always have that ring awareness that comes with age. And right now, these 2 young lions are looking to come of age here in the Landmark Arena.
And they are doing it quite profusely here. What a shot right there by KC Rocker. KC and Pablo just going at it, strike for strike here. Pedro now, just elbow strike, look at it, all going right here. Oh, and wisely KC Rocker with the spinning back kick, but he picks him up. And there he goes, Pedro Pablo with the step up into Curry.
He twisted him around like a helicopter.
Right? And now KC Rocker with a kick of his own.
These 2 men have been just kicking each other back and forth. And right now, both men down. Referee Jennifer Wynn started her 10 count. But KC Rocker back up to his feet will break that one.
And now Pablo right back to his feet there. Now just striking with whatever he's got there. And now just throwing lariats and clotheslines left and right. And there it is, taking KC Rocker down in the ring. And now Mr. Pablo trying to raise up him here, trying to get back in this match. Here he comes. Big running European uppercut.
Irish whip sends him in. Another uppercut, using all of his might there.
Yeah, I think it's more body weight and momentum than it is strike here because of the injury done to that shoulder earlier in this match. Is it going to be enough? He says he's calling for the shot. Now it's over. Puts him up on his shoulder now. But here comes KC Rocker fighting his way through. Oh, my God, destroyer right there. But now staying down. 1, 2, and a kick out. And the look of shock on KC Rocker's face. But quickly and wisely going right back into that arm submission, trying to force Pedro to tap out on this one.
Yeah, and he has the separation between him and the ropes. But Pedro able to roll over, take some of that pressure off.
Bad arm and all. Picks KC Rocker back up on his shoulders.
Fireman's carry.
Locks him in, drops him in, going straight for a Death Valley driver on this one.
These 2 men have been throwing things at each other but the kitchen sink, and we may see that before too long.
I mean, just the impressiveness of these young competitors here in Anarchy, renewing that life that what our commissioner was wanting here to see with new life.
Oh!
And oh my goodness, pile driver right there in the center of the ring. 2, 3, that's it.
The winner of the match, Pedro, Pablo,